It could never happen to me. Those are the famous last words of someone who's about to be scammed out of their money because they thought an email in their inbox was real. Email scams are on the rise and they're incredibly sophisticated, and you can blame AI for that. Scammers are using artificial intelligence advancements to improve the quality of their scam emails. They just sound authentic, and unfortunately, more and more people are falling for them. At mSpy, we don't want you to become a victim, so let's fill you in on the most popular email scams targeting people like you right now. The suspicious activity alert scam. Now, imagine waking up to an email that says there's been suspicious activity on your Facebook account. Someone's tried to log in, but it wasn't you. After all, you were asleep, so it couldn't have been you. The email looks much like other Facebook email notifications you've received. It has a Facebook logo, the tone and voice sound spot on, and there's even a footer with Facebook's business address, the famous One Hack Away in Menlo Park. Well, there's a good chance that the email isn't from Facebook at One Hack Away, it's from actual hackers, but it looks and sounds totally real. In the email is a button or link inviting you to report the login attempt as suspicious or maybe even change your password. When you do, you'll be asked to log in with your email and password. Unfortunately, you're not actually logging into Facebook. Instead, you're handing over your email and password to scammers. Now, we know what you're thinking. No big deal, I don't really post that much on Facebook. But here's the thing, now that they know your email and password, they can use your identity to try and scam your friends and acquaintances. And if you use your Facebook password on other sites, they'll be able to access those too. This scam works because Facebook has over 3.7 billion users. If even 1/100th of 1% of people fall for the scam, it all adds up to about 370,000 people who just got scammed. Fake invoice scam. Now, we all have a lot of digital subscriptions. Spotify, Apple, antivirus software, Microsoft, SiriusXM, HBO, Amazon Prime, you name it. And let's be honest, most of us can barely keep track when these subscriptions are up for renewal. That's why the fake invoice scam works so well. You open your email, there's a message from a company, let's say Norton, telling you it's time to renew, and you go ahead and do so, not giving it a second thought. And believe it or not, the scam works incredibly well. That's because the fake invoice scam is actually two scams in one. First, if you're actually a customer of the product or service on the invoice, you might feel comfortable paying the invoice by clicking the Pay Invoice button. Now, what if you aren't a customer? Well, the scammers have thought of that too. These fake invoice emails often include a blurb that says something like, "Didn't authorize this purchase? Please call 1-800-555-1212 or some other fake number." The scammers are counting on you to call that number and possibly hand over more personal information, including your credit card number. Don't be fooled. Pegasus spyware scam. Have you ever heard of Pegasus? It's real spyware, used to spy on government leaders, politicians, journalists, and other people. It's controversial and pretty scary, but it's not really something ordinary people need to worry about. But that hasn't stopped hackers from preying on our fears. And the Pegasus spyware scam does just that. Here's how it works. You receive an email that tells you Pegasus spyware has been installed on your phone. They know your name, your phone number, your home address, and everything you've viewed on your phone. They know the private conversations you've had, they know the websites you visited, and they've even hacked your camera and mic. They plan to release all the information, including any photos you've snapped of your private life, unless you send Bitcoin to a specific untraceable address. If you've received this email, we don't blame you for panicking, especially if the email includes a photo of your house. After all, if they didn't hack you, how would they have a pic of your house? How would they know your full name, address, and phone number? If they know that, they must know everything, right? Wrong. Here's what actually happened. Like billions of people around the world, one of your accounts has probably been part of a data breach, and that means your phone number, email address, and even personal address are available to hackers to do whatever they want with. Whoever sent you that fake Pegasus email simply downloaded the data tied to your email address, grabbed a screenshot of your house from Google Street View, and fired it off to your address. And because no one wants to be embarrassed, many people who receive the Pegasus email are inclined to pay the scammer, hoping that it just goes away. What can you do? Email services do a good job of catching spam, but it's not 100% effective. If you ever receive an email asking you to click on a link and you didn't request the email to begin with, like a password reset email for example, don't click anything. Instead, go to your browser, type the address of the service in question and log in with your credentials as you normally would. If you receive an email trying to blackmail you, like in the Pegasus example, stop for a moment and think about what they're saying. They allegedly have information that they're going to release, yet they haven't actually mentioned what that information is, nor did they include the specifics in the email. If it's vague, it's most likely a scam, and if you do believe you're being blackmailed, go to the police. It's always better to be safe than sorry. You know how to protect yourself, but what about your kids? It's important to talk to them about these scams, but kids don't always listen. That's why it's a good idea to install an app like mSpy. With mSpy, you can monitor their emails to make sure that they aren't being scammed. You can also check out the private chats they're having by text or social media. So if they're being scammed through socials, you'll know about it. Found this video informative? Check out our other videos on email scams you should know about, and be sure to follow us for more great tips on staying safe. Just hit the bell icon to subscribe and you'll be good to go.